Good morning. Welcome to the Long Live Alternative Parties podcast. Free Press Media Press Inc., an alternative parties books publisher, sponsors this podcast. I'm Andrew Bouchard.
Hello, greetings.
Hi, Alex.
How are you doing, Andrew?
I am doing all right. Friends, welcome to the Long Live Alternative Parties podcast. Today we have a guest, Alix Toulme Jr. Did I pronounce it correctly?
No, you didn't pronounce it correctly. Actually, it's pronounced Toulme, like a toolbox, and the month of May, Toulme.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. So let us get started by you kindly giving us an introduction to yourself, a brief biographical sketch.
Sure. Like I said, my name is Alix Christopher Toulme Jr. Some people call me I.O., or the inventor of Omnigen, and I am a 34-year-old U.S. Navy veteran and former congressional candidate in Tampa Bay, Florida's 14th Congressional District in 2018 and 2020. I ran for Congress to promote ending the secrecy regarding UFOs and extraterrestrial life. And now in 2021, I am running for U.S. President as an activist, a UFO activist, to end the secrecy once and for all and to get us first contact, or the first open, public, and official diplomatic meeting between mankind and extraterrestrial beings.
Excellent. So kindly tell our audience which party you represent and how you came to start that party.
All right, so right now, currently, I am registered as a Democrat, but I'm giving serious consideration to starting my own political party, a minor political party in the state of Florida, and I want to call it the Extraterrestrial Disclosure Party of Florida, or the EDP. So it's going to take a team effort to get this party created. That's why I'm trying to reach out to other ufologists and other UFO enthusiasts to get this party created in earnest so we can end the secrecy regarding UFOs and extraterrestrial life. So yes, my alternative party, my minor party, if I do create it, and that's if I get people to participate in the process to create this party, will be the Extraterrestrial Disclosure Party of Florida.
All right. So kindly tell us the beliefs and platform of this party.
Well, the platform will be very simple. We will just be a group of like-minded individuals who want to end UFO secrecy, and we also want a first contact event, and some of us even want ET beings who have made significant contributions to the United States towards U.S. national security and to protecting our citizens to be granted the full benefits of American citizenship. So that is what we would be mainly be doing at the EDP.
Okay, so you want to reach out to extraterrestrials who have made contact with the United States?
According to ufology, there are factions of extraterrestrial beings who have been working in unison and conjunction with the U.S. military and government for a long time. And we want to reward these ET beings by giving them the full benefit of American citizenship. That's what we believe according to ufology. So that's what we aim to do.
Where are these beings located? Where are they residing?
Well, that's a subject of much debate. Some people believe that there are ET beings inside of the moon, on the moon, deep under our oceans, and deep in the earth in underground bases or cities. Some also believe that ET beings are working with the U.S. military and other world governments on secret projects, joint projects. So we think that they may be living on military bases or other military installations.
Okay, so you see it as a collaboration between them and the military.
Yes, and the reason why the military is keeping this a secret is because they don't want to panic the public. They don't want to cause panic or pandemonium or hysteria, and they're very much keeping this a secret. But I do believe that the U.S. government and the U.S. military and even the U.S. intelligence community is working very closely with extraterrestrial beings in secrecy.
Okay, so are the government is keeping this secret, yet the extraterrestrial beings are benevolent?
Yes. It's there. You know, people come in two varieties. You have benevolent and malevolent. So, I believe if you're an intelligent, sentient being, then you have an internal struggle going on between good and evil. And
Okay.
so these extraterrestrial beings that are working with the U.S. government are allies of the United States. They are allies of the people of Earth, and they're helping us with various projects, whether they be R&D projects or scientific projects or other projects of interest to the United States. And I honestly and earnestly believe that the United States government has in fact been working with extraterrestrial beings from other star systems, possibly from other galaxies, and possibly from other dimensions of spatial, temporal, and spiritual reality in secrecy, Andrew.
So how did they get here? Did they have to break the speed of light in the creation of their spacecraft, or what technology did they develop to get here?
Yeah, right now, all of that information is very, very classified by the U.S. military and government. But I can say that these extraterrestrial beings are traveling to the Earth using advanced propulsion systems. So that much I can say.
Okay. So since you study this more than the average person, do you get more access to more information, or is it all covered up that you can't get anything at all?
Well, one of the wonderful things about being an American citizen is that we live in a representative democracy, and we elect the best and brightest minds from among the people to represent the American people in Congress and Senate and on the executive level. So, one of the mechanisms that we have is a FOIA request. And FOIA requests basically help us to gather information that we deem is uh, very important for the public, very important for the American people to know. So we put in these FOIA requests to the appropriate government agencies, and we get information back. And that's what we've been doing for many decades now. We've been using our civil liberties to get more information from the American government, and that's going to continue on into the future. Perhaps you've heard of somebody submitting a FOIA request and then they get back a document that is all redacted. That is a problem. I really believe that what we need in 2024 is more truth and transparency in government. We need an open government, and we need to stop the secrecy. The secrecy is acidic, it's destructive to American democracy.
So has your Freedom of Information Act request?
I actually haven't submitted any FOIA requests,
Okay.
but I know people who have in in ufological circles. Sometimes they produce fruit, and sometimes they don't. It's just a matter of luck, really, and it's just a matter of how much is the government willing to disclose or release to the public. Yeah.
So when you say UFO circles, what groups and organizations are you affiliated with?
I have my own organization. It's called UFO Activists. UFO Activists was very active about 4 or 5 months ago. Back in July, we were planning to hold a historic UFO rally and protest in Washington D.C. Uh, on the ellipse. And that would have been on July 2nd, 2021, on World UFO Day. Unfortunately, that day there was inclement weather and we had some setup and delivery issues with the company. So we couldn't go forward, or we couldn't move forward with the event. So we're looking at next year on 2022 on World UFO Day. It should be in July 2nd, and we're really looking to making that to be a big event so that people can come out and celebrate the ending of the secrecy. I really honestly believe that we will finally get the truth about UFOs and the extraterrestrial beings who are piloting these UFOs sometime in the next 2 or 3 years. That's what I'm projecting.
So why is it in the next 2 or 3 years? What's going to happen, or what has happened to make that happen?
All right. Well, I'll be happy to discuss that with you. What's been going on is we've been having a lot of government disclosures and revelations in the news media. So we recently, about a year ago, had the U.S. government, the Department of Defense. Uh, um, what they did was they authenticated or confirmed that 3 UFO videos taken off the coast of Florida and California by naval aviators was indeed a government. Um, it was indeed a taken by naval aviators attached to the U.S. Navy. So they were able to confirm and validate that for us. So now the American people know beyond a doubt that UFOs are real. They're no longer pseudoscience. Something strange is happening in our skies, and we want to know what it is. So we want to form the Extraterrestrial Disclosure Party in the state of Florida and nationwide, so we can create awareness about this issue, and so that we can finally get the truth about the most significant revelation, about the most significant discovery in all of human history.
So is either the Democrat or Republican Party more conducive to the beliefs of your party, or does it not matter?
I think it does matter. Conservatives tend to be, um, well, they tend to be conservative and they tend to be more Christianized than in the Democratic Party. So Christians within the Republican Party tend to have a very strict, negative, and discriminatory view of extraterrestrial beings. And that's unfortunate. I'm trying to work against it. But I firmly believe that ET beings are benevolent. Uh, and here's why. I am a psychic medium. I have been communicating to spirits and to extraterrestrial beings since I was a 25-year-old graduate student at Columbia University in New York City. So I have been gifted by God with an ability to communicate to spiritual beings and to extraterrestrial beings using telepathy. So I've been in contact with a group of ET beings. They call themselves an elite unit, and I've been in contact with them since the summer of 2012. And uh, we have similar interests now because we both want to get the truth out so that things can change on the planet Earth. Uh, so we envision a future whereby humans and ET beings and spirits all coexist peacefully on the surface of the planet Earth.
So how do the ET beings believe we should change our American society?
Well, we believe we should change American society in one way, really. Um, we believe we should pass a National Ethics Reform Act. The National Ethics Reform Act would basically if I was elected in 2024, I would create NEO, or the National Ethics Office, and then I will institute a kudos incentive program in the United States. Now, the kudos incentive program would be put in place so that people who are good citizens, who do good work in the community, can be rewarded for their hard work by gaining rewards, status, and official titles. So that's our plan. We also want to declassify new technology. We must declassify new technologies that could transform energy, medicine, and transportation and revitalize the American economy. Yeah, Andrew, and I also believe that some religious groups present a danger to the public morale. I think that satanic groups must not be allowed 501c3 certification. This nation is in fellowship with God. That's why I created the new age multi-theistic religion called Omnigen, because I believe that in the future of the planet Earth, the people working in conjunction with AI, spirits, and extraterrestrial beings can create a new age religion that is all inclusive and that does not disparage other religious faiths. And I believe we can create a new age religion that represents all the people of Earth, not just a small minority of 33%. And I also have some other issues that I'd like to talk about, if I can, for
Okay,
just a moment.
go for it.
So I want to pass a hate speech taxation act. Now, what this would be is anytime somebody makes media or films in the United States, they would be screened by the U.S. government. And if the U.S. government determines it to include hate speech or violent speech or very overtly sexual scenes, we will slap a hate speech taxation act on that media and film. And I believe that if we want to build a just and fair and righteous society, we must put caps on the limit. We must put caps and limits on the films and media that we create in the United States. So basically, I just want, I wish there could be, instead of Hollywood, I wish we could have Hollywood. Wouldn't that be nice? If we could have a Hollywood city where instead of making films about violence and sex and drugs, we could produce movies about positive themes. Uh, I also think we should save the children. Now, pedophilia is a huge problem in the United States. I believe we must take steps and actions to save and protect our children by chemically castrating pedophiles who are convicted of this crime. Now, we've all heard stories about young children and teenagers being raped by criminals, and I think that this needs to end. We need to start chemically castrating pedophiles who are convicted of pedophilia, and we need to do it, and we need to do it today. We need to do it now, because if you start chemically castrating pedophiles, then the next time someone thinks about raping a child or violating a teenager or a child, they won't do it. Now, I also believe that the capitalist model is out of mode. If we want a fair, just, and egalitarian system, we must adopt an economic model that they use in the spirit world. I call it social meritocracy. And we need to fast track the government. American democracy is too slow. We must take steps and actions to fast track the government. If we want to compete with other world governments, we must speed things up. And you know what? Americans, we are business people. We should commence with an intergalactic space trade with non-terrestrial beings in earnest to stimulate the American economy. And if I am elected in 2024, I will incentivize car manufacturers in the USA to create anti-gravity cars that can operate in the skies in a 100% safe and effective way. And if we declassify anti-gravity and other new propulsion technologies, then we can begin to ship our solid and municipal waste off-world to other uninhabitable planets. And this is the most important one, Andrew. The old age of shoot-'em-up violence has ended. We must begin to create and manufacture non-lethal bullets and weapons. This is something we can do to end the violence. And I think that we should create a national candidate website. Every election cycle, there are candidates for public office in the United States whose voices go unheard. We should create a government website for candidates so that every voice is heard. And I also believe that we should decriminalize THC. I believe we should protect the life and sanctity of all new human beings. And I believe that humans have free will. While I believe being sexually conservative is the optimum choice, I also respect each individual's and their freedom to live as they choose. So those are my issues, Andrew. I hope you enjoyed them, and I really, really think that these are things that we can do. We can do it very easily, and we can do it for the betterment of all of the Americans in the United States.
So you mentioned the satanic groups before. So they're opposed to extraterrestrial beings?
No, the reason why I want to sort of stop satanic groups from getting 501c3 certification, it's not because they're against my agenda. It's because my agenda is I have a holy state of mind. And I think that, our national motto is "In God We Trust." And who are we as Americans, as a fellowship of citizens, to allow satanic groups to gather? Now, I'm not saying that satanic groups should not be allowed to gather or assemble or to practice their faith. I want to make that very clear to everyone. This is the United States, and we have religious liberty. But I think that satanic groups present an inherent danger to the public morale because they promote ideals and values that run contradictory to American values. So I think that we need to prevent them from getting 501c3 certification. I think they need to pay their taxes, just like we do. I think they need to pay their taxes. They need to pay their fair share, their fair amount, because we won't incentivize satanic groups. We won't stand for it. We don't want them here.
So the National Ethics Office, would that be a cabinet level position?
It wouldn't be on the cabinet level. It would most likely be attached to the Office of Government Ethics.
Okay.
So within Congress itself, there is an Office of Government Ethics. And I believe that the OGE should be delegated to create a new national code of ethics, a national code of ethics that our citizens can live by and abide by, so that we could all be more moral, ethical, and responsible citizens.
So how can our audience out there support your party and organization?
Well, you can go to www.acforusa.com. You can donate, you can send us some contributions, you can volunteer for our campaign, and you can help us spread the word about a campaign to get UFO secrecy done with and over with, to do a lot of new and innovative things in the United States, and to change the world forever. If that interests you, then I'm your candidate, and I would like you to visit my website and to learn more information about me and my campaign and my issues.
Please repeat that again.
The website is www.a as in Alex, C as in Christopher, for FORUSA. So acforusa.com.
All right. there any other way that people can support you?
I would just, if you want to offer some emotional or spiritual support, I'm always available. My number is on my website. So if you want to text me with prayers or questions, comments, concerns, you can always do that. I'm always available 24/7. So if you want to contact me and talk about some issues, or if you have some concerns about my candidacy, then you can contact me and we'll talk about it as two human beings.
Excellent. So, Alex, thank you kindly for coming on the podcast today and sharing your views and talking about your beliefs. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Andrew. I really appreciated the invite, and I look forward to hearing this speech broadcasted on the air very soon.
Excellent. Have a great day and all the best to you and your organization.
Thank you, Andrew. Have a good rest of the week.
Bye now.
Bye.